It's DLC on Mafia 3, where we're going to try and get as far as I can on it, and then obviously gaming wise I'll be moving on, because new game requires the achievement to be fixed before we'll do any of that. But Mafia 3 to start off. Well, it's Monday, that time of the week, and it is actually still snowing. Cans and bottles, and we're all recycled for the week. Well, Tuesday morning, as you can see, we had the Careers Uncovered creative industry, one that obviously when it came up on the order form last week piqued the interest a bit, because obviously what I do. It was a very interesting one, listening how 3 different people got involved in the creative industry in 3 different ways. The next one is on Thursday, and even though this video obviously won't go up until Sunday, so that'll Thursday already be done, but Thursday's one is a bit of a special one, because it's the sports industry one, and it's not only a sports industry one, but it's involving people that, you know a lot about. We physically met 2 of the 3, got to interacted with Jordan a lifetime. Sean Wayne obviously we met through the Wigan side of things. Kirkland we met through the Liverpool side of things in the past, and he obviously was coaching at Colne just after Skem went down. He was involved there. The third one's someone who's a little bit new, so that'll be something interesting for Thursday. Well, one of the things that has happened since the new year, as you can see, is the Lego puzzle. There's been a few progression updates, but it was one of those where I didn't want to include it on the weekly video till it was done. It's been made hard by the fact that it was a 1,000-piece puzzle, so a lot of the pieces are like the special faces, like the glasses and the beard ones, but it's been done over time. But you can see in the middle there's just a little gap. So 999 pieces done, 1,000. And there we go, all done, and it's all tacked down. For anyone who does jigsaw puzzles these days, my advice is, when it's something like this, where you've got different fit, like one of the things is, say for example that face, we spotted that early on, so we tacked it down to the board where it was, so then it was built that way. Whereas if you have to do it brand new, every piece is different. But it was, if we just double check the box, it was £16. So £16 for a 1,000-piece puzzle. And so a new game on the list, but not a new series. We played Doodle Goblins before. This Devolution, which I thought I'd played until I discovered that not only had we not played it, we hadn't bought it. It's not on the sale this week, so between me and the gaming partner, we got it. It's not a point and click creation one, but it's all good all the same. Well, there we go, 23.43. As you can see, because it's a Windows game, obviously it's a different thing on the screen, but the message remains the same. The nice work, you've unlocked all the achievements for this game. So that means Doodle God series, other than the Windows Phone one, because we've never had a Windows Phone, played and completed every one. Just wait and see when the other side, the evil side with the Doodle Devil side, comes out in March, and maybe get that one. But a nice completion. Quick clip from 30 seconds includes Sean Wayne and of course Gary Featherstone, who invited us to the events in the first place. So another new game on the Gaming Week. It's another one that we snapped up from the sale earlier in the week. It's called Robozaro, which from the title suggests it's a game where you control a robot. Very nice retro graphics, which is always a positive. Obviously that means based on that one there's going to be a lot of flashes on the screen, but we don't have photosensitive epilepsy, so we're on it. By East Asia Soft, which is a publisher that's well known. And there we go, Robozaro. It looks sort of like a side scroll type explorer, but we'll see how it goes. So, just over about an hour's play, and we got all the unlocks done. For Easy Soft, that's usually around the time. But it's a good game to play once you've got the last unlock. There's only 13 on it, which I don't know, lets it down a bit for something like this, a shooter game. You could go into the 20s or 30s with them, but it's another completion ticked off. So on 4 kings again, this time it's to do the 100 rounds of video blackjack in one sitting. Compared to other ones where you've got to do so many rounds of things, it's a little more difficult because you've got to actually physically play all 100 rounds. Whereas on the other ones you just do the auto slots. But it's something that we're back on occasionally. And even though it is only 10 o'clock at night, we're in the dark because the light's a little bright tonight. It's a lot easier to play a bright screen in the dark. Well, it's Friday, which means it's time for another LFC Foundation workshop. Today the theme is on commitment. One of the best ones so far because we've had activities in the past like the chicken and comb one, the desert island one. This one was one that suited me perfectly because it was on an app. It was fairly new to me. We'll show you the app itself, called Kahoot. Obviously you've just seen that we did win the quiz in the previous photo. It was a very competitive one. It's something that, where it's a fast thing, fair thing, I'll try my utmost to be as quick as possible. For the workshop itself, as we always bring the notes. So you can see it's on commitment. It was a Kahoot activity with 10 out of 13 of the questions, amassing 8,000 points. It's pretty good. Luckily we were wide awake today because you need to be focused. Discussion on commitment, where bravery is needed as well in both jobs and obviously in what I've done where you have to go out in the snow, rain, etc. And obviously Zoom keywords and interview one that Jane, one of the employability team, said to say for. Well, there's no records this week, but if what happened last week on the 1st of February didn't happen, it would have been a record 4 times this week, which is why this is being highlighted. We're now at the 112, 111s. We're a 1561 pre-final round. We're just shy of 50,000 for the year, which is not too bad. Obviously the weeks and days has to be updated. It's 42 weeks and 209 days. But what is interesting is, I think for the first time ever, we've done 4 final rounds, as in conundrums, from start to finish. Which means that the total for the week is nearly 300 better than last week. Obviously the reason there's no record is because that one at the top, the bullet, was like 2/3 of one and obviously a little bit of one. What really does stagger me is the fact that from the Tuesday to Friday one, which obviously gets started on a Tuesday, we do the 4-day average. We're 344 better this week than last week's Tuesday Friday because last week was saved by the Monday. But wow, 8,309. Is it a dream to say to get to 8,500 in a week? You never know. So another one from the sales, but it's one that we've been looking for a while to drop. Candleman. The reason is because it's like £12–13 full price, and on sale it was only £3 odd, but the achievements don't justify the price of full price, but it should be a good one. So Candleman comes to an end. We've still got the last 2 to pop, which should do after this. This is the DLC portion of it, which is completely free with it. So even when it's not on sale, you're talking £8–9 for a pretty interesting story, to be honest. A story that on the face of it you would think walking around as a candle, lighting up other candles, but it was quite interesting. Definitely a game that was well worth playing overall. It can get a bit challenging sometimes. There's some of the platforming that is a little difficult because with it being a candle that your character is, it means that the screen is quite dark for quite a long time. So there we go, there's the last 2. Explorer for 150. So on occasion we play games depending if it's an occasion. So we knew that there was a game with the word love in. So to end Sunday night and Valentine's Day. Love is a dangerous space time. It is. It's a bit of an explorer one, a fighter one. It is a possible completion in the future, which we'll see. In terms of occasions, like say Halloween normally, next one would be when 2 weeks I'd have to find one with a birthday or cake in. We'll see.